Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Flight Podcast. My name is Jacob Shanker.
I'm Andrew Thomas.
Shut up and sit down.
Week 12. Whoa, this has been crazy. That's all I can say. Some of the top players in the league really showed out and showed why they're at the top, which obviously is why they're at the top.
Yeah.
So if you haven't guessed already, we're just going to talk about each game of the week and starting with the Texans and Lions game, which was crazy.
Yeah. I mean, we saw the man that we talked about in the last podcast. If you didn't know about the last podcast, we talked about the top 10 quarterbacks in the league. And one of the top guys that we had is the man himself,
Deshaun Watson.
Watson. And wow,
That was crazy.
he's showing why he's a top quarterback and potentially could, if he can play like this, they're not even remotely close to this the rest of the season, he could be a top 3 quarterback.
I think he definitely has the potential. He could be better than Aaron Rodgers.
He could be. I mean, just looking at how well he's been able to do without Bill O'Brien. I mean, once Bill O'Brien was gone, just a switch went in him, and he just went beast mode since then.
Yeah, it was pretty freaking crazy.
It was a great game. It was nuts. The connection him and Will Fuller also had the pretty much the entire game. I mean, whenever you look at the game, you just see Deshaun Watson throwing that 30-yard bomb to Will Fuller and touchdown.
That was a great.
Yep, it was great. So let's go on to the Washington football team versus the Dallas Cowboys. It
Antonio
was
Gibson.
it was
Antonio
great.
Gibson. That was ridiculous. He had 115 yards on 20 carries. He averaged 6. He had 3 touchdowns too. And my boy Terry, obviously showing out.
Yep.
They're oh my goodness. If they have a quarterback, they'll definitely be at the top of the NFC East.
Yeah, I mean, Alex Smith is not a terrible quarterback. He's just
Yeah.
not great.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously they were able to beat the Cowboys because the Cowboys are
Trash.
not good.
Very
Yeah,
trash.
trash. Andy Dalton again showing why he's not that great. Zeke again being a bad running back. Amari Cooper did really well though. I'll say that he had a great game.
Yeah.
So
Amari's always been good with it. Amari would be good with anyone, honestly.
he would. I mean, he was great with Dak, and when Dak comes back, if he re-signs with the Cowboys, I think that they will still do really well together.
Yeah. It'll be great for them.
Hmm.
So, well, yeah, not much on that. Let's go to the Chargers Bills game. And the Bills won 27 to 17. Josh Allen with a great game. Well, not great game, pretty good game.
Yeah,
Uh,
passing wise, it was okay.
yeah, rushing was a good game.
Hmm.
And there wasn't really much to stand out besides the fact that Austin Eckler came back. He
Hmm.
had 11 receptions and 85 yards. But Austin Eckler came back. Chargers, they're a good team, but it's just they've been unlucky with their schedule and they're just losing games.
Yeah.
There wasn't really that much special about this game. Nothing that stands out.
No. Do you think that Justin Herbert deserves to be on a different team? Like in his future, do you think that?
No, because he's a rookie.
I mean, but he's been showing out. I mean, this game
Well,
he
yeah, it's not their fault that they're losing because it's just that, well, it is their fault that they're losing, but the teams have been so much better. And I don't, I just, it, think about Justin Herbert. Like, he's great and he's really good and he's helping this team out, but does he deserve to be on another team? No, I don't think so.
I mean, but we're seeing, I mean, obviously we both said and we agreed that he deserves to be offensive rookie of the year this year.
Yeah.
But I mean, I really think that this is how the Chargers are going to be able to play. I mean, the potential that they have is enormous. They have a great offense, as we said, Justin Herbert, who I think is a great quarterback. Austin Eckler is a great running back. Their wide receiver core is great with Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. They got Hunter Henry. Their
Yeah.
defense is also great as they got Joey Bosa, Chris Harris Jr. Um, I mean, it's overall a great team. It's just I feel like they need more guidance with the coaching, and I feel like they just things haven't been really clicking right for them.
Yep. Exactly why I don't think he needs to be on a different team.
All right. All right, let's go on to the Titans and Colts game where the man, the myth, the legend, the beast mode.
Derrick
The beast mode 2.0,
crazy.
Derrick Henry.
Freaking crazy. So good.
3 touchdowns in one half.
178 yards.
It
He
was in one
averaged
half.
6.6. Ridiculous.
Wow. This is
Ridiculous.
this is like we were saying, like what you said before about the top guys showing out. He is one of the top guys, and he is continuing to show out.
That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Like Derrick Henry, I think he's probably a top 3 running back. I think he's definitely a top 3 running
He's
back. Right?
definitely a top 3 running back, absolutely,
It's
especially after this
ridiculous.
game. I mean, you think about it like this: you're playing against the Colts. They are top 3 in rushing defense. They're also top 3 in passing defense. So you pretty much have one of the best defenses in the
Probably
league.
the best defense in the league.
Arguably the best defense. I mean, me personally, I think the Steelers have the best defense, but I think the Colts are a close second.
Yep.
And I mean, he does this like he did like he just pretended like they were nothing. So that I mean, obviously, if you don't have him in your top 3, you better put him there after this game.
Yeah, come on. This game just said Derrick Henry.
Exactly.
But let's go on to another really close game. Panthers Vikings score was 27-28. The Vikings won.
Vikings, what a comeback.
That was really good for them.
Had that 18 points in the fourth quarter as they were able to secure the win. I mean, this whole game, it was just a great overall team win. I feel like if there was one player I had to say that really stood out, it was Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns. That's what did it.
Yeah. I mean, he's also an incredible player that I think should come in possibly in second. I mean, obviously, I think Justin Herbert will win Offensive Rookie of the Year, but I think a close
Justin
second
Jefferson definitely deserves
should
to
be
be in the top 3.
Justin Jefferson. I mean, another player that people have been also talking about is James Robinson, but even though I really think James Robinson is great, Justin Jefferson has just been consistently better in terms of how good they've
Oh,
been
I
able
don't
to
think
score.
so. I
You
think
don't
James
think so?
Robinson. I think James Robinson's been better than Justin Jefferson.
No, 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 no,
Oh,
no.
come on, man.
Think about it like this, okay? You have the Vikings who they have 2 other players that are better and that they play more. You have Dalvin Cook and you have Adam Thielen, who are going to get more receptions, more attempts, more everything. And then you have a rookie, Justin Jefferson, coming right out of LSU. You know he's going to do well. You just don't know that he's going to do this well, where he's going to be getting touchdowns, the receptions.
Well, they're not looking at how much they surprise. They're looking at how good they are.
Yeah, not even just the surprise. Looking how good they are. He's been an unbelievable catcher. He's been catching the ball great. Every time he gets thrown the ball, he's not missing it. He gets around, I think, over 70, I would say about 76, 77% catching percentage, which is unbelievable for a wide receiver. So that's why I think Justice Jefferson is better than James Robinson, because James Robinson's obviously going to get the attempts because the Jaguars suck.
Well, yeah, but that shows that he's their bright spot.
I mean, yeah, but they also have Gardner Minshew. They got D.D. Westbrook. I mean, they don't really have much going for them. So obviously James Robinson's going to show out because they have nobody. But if you got a guy like Justin Jefferson who's not going to really, he doesn't have that many opportunities to show out, but yet he is, that shows a lot.
Well, speaking of James Robinson, then let's go to the Browns Jaguars game, where James Robinson had 128 yards and a rushing touchdown. He averaged 6. Come on, man.
Yeah.
And they were going up against Myles Garrett and the Browns rushing defense. They did great. I still, yeah, whatever.
I mean, you're talking about the Panthers, though. You're forgetting about the Panthers. When they played against the Chiefs, they almost won. You're talking
Okay.
about the best team in the league, and they have a great defense, let alone their
We're
offensive
also
problems.
talking about a team that's 4-8.
Okay, but that's mostly because of their offense, right? A lot of their team, I mean, there's a bit inconsistencies. The big problem is obviously Christian McCaffrey getting injured. So that's why they had a big letdown. But I mean, like they almost beat the best team in the NFL,
Right.
right? And yet
That's
Justin
Christian
Jefferson was
McCaffrey was there. Christian
yeah,
McCaffrey's not there.
exactly. He was exactly, but now that doesn't matter. I'm talking about their defense. They were able to get a good amount of stops on the Chiefs that game, and you're looking at it now. Justin Jefferson again, like
With
we were
the
talking about,
Raiders,
huh?
they actually beat the Chiefs.
The Panthers.
No, the Raiders.
Oh yeah, well yeah, the Raiders are a different story, but I mean Justin Jefferson walked all over them with 2 touchdowns, 70 yards on 7 receptions. Come on, man. I mean, I'm still gonna say that Justin Jefferson's better than James Robinson right now. Nothing's gonna change my mind on
Mm,
that.
No, I don't think so.
All right, let's go
Let's go
on
on.
to the good
The
thing,
Giants.
the best thing we've probably seen: the Giants winning again on the third win streak. I mean, that's what we're talking about. We're gonna get that NFC East title. I mean, do you think it's looking crazy? Do you think it's impossible?
No, but I think that Washington's going to get it.
Mm, I don't know.
You're being biased.
I'm not being biased.
You're
All right,
being biased.
I mean,
The Giants suck.
looking at their schedule, they play the Redskins play the football team. They play the Steelers, who are the best defense in my opinion, the best defense in the league. Then they play the 49ers, who even though they have injuries, they still have a great defense. Seahawks suck. Panthers have good defense. Eagles have good defense. So
Well, the Giants are going up against the Seahawks,
trash defense.
the Cardinals. Well, the Seahawks are still going to win. The Cardinals are going to win. The Ravens are going to win. The Browns will likely win, and the Cowboys are definitely going to lose. So that's 1-4.
All right, then same with Redskins. The Redskins, what they could maybe maybe beat the Eagles.
They'll beat the
Maybe.
Eagles. Eagles are trash.
So are the Reds. So are the Washington football team. I mean, don't get me wrong. Obviously, they did well this week, but they played against the Cowboys. Like the Cowboys suck.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Let
But
alone their defense sucking. Now they don't have Dak, so they don't have much on offense either. So they're just not a good team. But I mean, great. I think it was a great win for the Giants today. They did well overall. Bengals. I mean, I think it was just a letdown, just because of that Joe Burrow injury that
Oh.
cost them the pretty much the
I thought
season.
you were saying it was a letdown because they lost, and I was like, huh?
No. It pretty much cost them the season getting any more wins. I think because now that Joe Burrow's gone, so well injured. But yeah,
Yep. Well, this was a letdown. The Cardinals Patriots game. The Cardinals lost. That's a letdown. Kyler Murray,
that was
trash today.
huge.
Kenyon Drake was their bright spot. That's it. D
That,
Hop didn't have a great game, but that's also because Kyler Murray wasn't great, obviously.
yeah.
He had 0 touchdowns, an interception, 170 yards. Pathetic. 23 for 34 completion. Kenyon Drake, 22 carries, 78 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns.
I mean, yeah, Kenyon Drake was great this game. I mean,
They're
I
bright
don't know what was going on with Kyler Murray this game, and even just the Cardinals defense, because the only reason the Patriots won is because of James White. I genuinely think that Cam Newton has been playing trash and has continued to play trash this week as he didn't get any touchdowns and he got 2 interceptions.
He got 84 yards too, which is terrible.
That's so good. Let's go.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's not. He's not playing great. So I mean, looking at it like this, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen with the Cardinals the rest of the season. I mean, they'll definitely make the playoffs, but I think they won't get past the first round depending on who they play.
Nah. There's no point.
No. All right, let's go on to a game that we probably don't really need to talk much about: the Dolphins and Jets.
Jets scored 3 points. There's
Sam
no
Darnold.
need for this. There is literally no need for the Jets. Like, just get out of the league. Just leave.
Yeah,
I don't even want to talk about this. It's so pathetic.
it really is. It really is. I mean, Sam Darnold, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions though. The funny thing is, he played better than Cam Newton. That's the funny thing about it. I mean, he got more yardage. Look, I mean, Cam Newton's just been playing terrible this year. I'm sorry. He's been terrible.
Yeah, it's been really bad.
Yeah, but the Jets have also plummeted again to 0-11.
Yeah. Let's move on to more ridiculousness.
Hmm.
The Raiders 6, Falcons 43. That is
Um,
that's crazy. Like
yeah, what
Young
happened?
Hoku. Young Hoku is a boss. He's so
Yeah.
good.
Oh my God.
5
I mean,
field goals. Like
he's been great. He, I think, has been arguable best kicker in the league.
he is the best kicker in the league.
Probably thinking about it now. And also just a great win for the Falcons because you got a team that's great overall, the Raiders.
Yep.
Um, as we saw
They
them
beat
play
the Chiefs.
great against the Chiefs again, and they even cost the Chiefs their only loss of the season. And the Falcons, who have been known to not been doing well, their defense is not great. Todd Gurley was out. Julio Jones was out. So it left them with very little options where they only had Calvin Ridley, Hayden Hurst, Russell Gage, and they showed out. I mean, oh my God. But it was this game was the MVP, the real MVP was Young Hoku.
Yep. Let's go on to another Dolphins Jets type game. Saints versus Broncos. The Broncos had 3 points. Kendall Hilton, 1 for 9. I don't even know who he is. The
You want
Saints
to know? You want to know who he is? He's a wide receiver playing quarterback.
still don't know who he is. Never heard.
Exactly. So if you don't know what has been going on with the Broncos, pretty much all their quarterbacks got either injured or they had COVID. So they resulted to getting Kendall Hinton, in which resulted in 9 attempts. And he was even saying he's never practiced as quarterback. Never.
Ridiculous.
So I don't know why they chose him to do it, but he cost you 2 interceptions, and your running backs, even though they didn't. I mean, they just didn't get any opportunities.
Disappointment. Just disappointing.
They just did not get anything. And I mean, the Saints, it was again their rushing. I mean, I think
4 rushing touchdowns.
yeah,
Over
Latavius Murray,
over 200 rushing yards.
yeah, Taysom Hill. I mean, the one guy. So with Drew Brees's injury, I mean, if we're taking a look at it from a fantasy standpoint, let alone all Drew Brees owners, you're looking at Alvin Kamara, Jared Cook, and Michael Thomas owners. You guys are going to be shot for the next couple of weeks. I'm just telling you that after seeing
Well,
this.
not Michael Thomas, I don't think. I think that Michael
Yes,
Thomas is still going to be good.
I think he'll
Not
be
Alvin
good.
Kamara, though, yeah.
I think he'll be good, not great though. I mean, you got Taysom Hill, who's fine, like even below fine at passing, and he's going to be rushing. You're going to continue to see him rush. He got those 2 touchdowns today, and you're looking at Alvin Kamara, who's a guy that he's a rushing and receiving, the best receiving back we see in the game. So, Alvin Kamara owners like me, you're screwed. So it's gonna be a rough couple weeks.
Yep. Let's head on to the 49ers Rams game. Another West Coast clash. The Rams won. No, the 49ers won.
Niners won.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
it's all
Raheem
good.
Mostert returned. He had a decent game. Nick Mullins was pretty good. Deebo Samuel was the MVP though tonight. 11 receptions, 133 yards. He was good.
Yeah, it was a weird game. I mean, I don't know what's been going on with the Rams. Jared Goff, where have you been? What have you been doing? They've just plummeted in terms of offense. I mean, the offense that they have is unbelievable, yet we're not really seeing it. I mean, Aaron Donald again, he's continued to be a beast. But everyone else, where are you? You let up the 49ers, who pretty much have nobody. The only person that we've seen come back is Raheem Mostert.
Yep, that's it.
Everyone else is gone. So what is going on?
Injuries.
All right, let's go on to the game that was so close somehow, the Chiefs and Bucks game.
Yep.
Um,
Tyreek Hill, best game of the century.
wow,
That was ridiculous.
one of the
He had
greatest games I've ever seen.
13 receptions, 3 touchdowns, and 269 yards.
On a over 20.7 yard average.
He also had 40 fantasy points in the first quarter, and he had 57 total.
That's crazy. I mean, he almost broke the fantasy record. I'm pretty sure it's 65 by Jerry Rice. So that's crazy.
Best in modern history, then.
I mean, he's nuts. I mean, again, we're seeing Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek, that connection they've had the entire season. As Tyreek Hill has pretty much gotten 1 or 2 or now 3 touchdowns every single game this entire season. He is not letting up at all.
It's going great for him.
And yes, Patrick Mahomes really showed out and showed why he is the top and
He's top dog of the league.
why he is going to continue to be the top dog. And he took down the Tom Brady Buccaneers. As Tom Brady, he did have a decent game. Besides his 2 interceptions, he had a good game. But I mean, I feel like Patrick Mahomes, where he's headed, he could be the next GOAT.
Yep, he definitely can.
Like that's
That's
crazy.
crazy. Crazy to think about.
Mm-hmm. All right, the Packers and Bears game. I mean, again, Aaron Rodgers, like we were saying, beast mode. Him and Davante Adams. Wow. Again.
Great.
They just
Also, Robert Tonyan was pretty good.
Robert Tonyan was great. He's a great tight end. I think he's a top 5 tight end. His potential, the things that he
tight
can
end
do,
right now.
top 10 probably, yeah. But the things that he can do, he's great. He's a great receiving tight end, and he's continuing to show it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. And Davante Adams obviously showing why he's one of the best receivers in the game.
Mm-hmm. And so let's go on to, well, these games haven't really showed out yet, but the Monday Night Football game, the Seahawks and Eagles. I don't think it's a surprise as to my pick, but I'm going to assume you have the same pick too, Andrew.
Seahawks.
What? You don't have the Eagles? Are you crazy?
I'm sorry.
Come on. Yeah, of course it's the
And
Seahawks.
then, it's just, there's no point of picking the Eagles. No point.
Absolutely.
And then I also have the Steelers for Tuesday.
Oh, 100%. Especially now that the Ravens are without Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews. 100% it's going to be Steelers.
Without a doubt.
They're going to continue their streak and go. And then just continue to go crazy. That's all for today, everyone.
Feel free to comment down below what your thoughts have been for Week 12.
Tune into the next episode on Friday. See you guys next time.